Hi, my name is Carola. Thank you for watching. This flow is appropriate for all levels. However, if you are not sure whether you should do this practice or not, please check with your doctor. Thank you for joining me. Paz y luz.
Namaste, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a hamstring stretch flow. I call it Happy Hamstrings. So this is great for any levels, and I'll give some modifications. If This is really good if you're like a runner, you worked out, or once you've worked out, you have really tight hamstrings. So this will be a really good flow for you. First, we're going to kind of warm up our hamstrings before we start with the centering and then go straight into our flow. So let's go ahead and we're going to start on our backs. Okay. So what we're going to do is some hamstring slides. So this might be easier if you have, for example, like a wooden floor right next to you. You can just do it there. Or just if you have a towel or anything that you can slide up and down. But I'm just going to do it on the mat. So what we're going to do is, while we're laying here, we're going to activate our core and then spread our toes. And as we spread our toes, we're going to bring our heels towards our bum, but we're going to make sure that we are using our hamstrings. So I'm tightening up my glutes, I'm tightening up my core a little bit, and bringing my kneecaps up, and then I'm going to slide all the way up, and then exhaling, bringing it all the way down. And as you're going down and you're going up, you want to feel like you're moving through like jello. So it's almost like you're finding a resistance as you're coming up and you're going down. That way, your hamstrings kind of start waking up, so that we can start our flow. So let's go ahead. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale. Making sure that our core is a little tight or braced. Inhale. Making sure we're using our hamstrings, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Bringing them up, and exhale. Alrighty then, so let's now find ourselves into a comfortable seated position. Feel welcome to use a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need to feel comfortable when you're sitting down. I invite you to place your hands on your knees and close your eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in and exhale through our mouths. Inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouths. And now closing our mouth and parting our teeth. Inhale. Making sure that our breath goes into our belly. We're expanding our belly. We're expanding our ribs. And then exhale. So you should almost feel like your chest is puffing out. And if you breathe in, you could even kind of feel it on the upper back, kind of puffing out. So it's a 3-part breath. So as you breathe in through your belly, so you expand your belly, And then you kind of stop and push that air up into your lungs so it expands your ribs. And then you just do one little bit more and just kind of feel it expanding your upper back. And then as you breathe out, it comes out from your upper back to your ribs and then your belly. Okay? So let's go ahead and breathe in. And breathe out. As we breathe in, let's count to 5. And as we breathe out through our nose, let's count to 5. And let's do that 3 more times. One more time, making sure that our spine is straight. And as we breathe in, it feels like we're lengthening, keeping our back straight, lower back. And as we breathe out, just letting in that last bit of air. Okay. And now I invite you to place your hands in Anjali Mudra. And let's set an intention for today. Whatever you need for today, go ahead and make that intention. Maybe it might be just one word. Perseverance has been a big one for me. Passion has been another big one. So whatever you need for right now, go ahead and set your intention. And breathing in, bring your arms up. And exhale. Leaning over to the left. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right arm to left knee, left arm back. Just a little twist, nothing major or nothing intense. Inhale, arms up, palms touch. And exhale, left arm to right knee and right arm back. And let's look forward. Okay. And now we're going to fold forward. So as we breathe in, let's just imagine lengthening our spine. And as we breathe out, just fold forward to wherever is comfortable for you. So if it's like right here, we're good. If you want to go deeper down, go wherever you feel comfortable. You don't want to feel any pain. Inhale up. Now, whatever foot you had forward, just flip it. And the same thing, spine straight. Inhale. And exhale as you fold forward. You want to make sure that you're looking at about 45 degrees if you're folding forward, so that you get so that your back doesn't round. We don't want to round our back for this one. We're kind of stretching kind of the back of our hips or a little bit of our hamstrings. Okay, so let's come into tabletop position. So you want your feet hip distance apart, your arms shoulder width apart, and you're going to have shoulder over wrists. Your back should be neutral. So just neutral position straight. You don't want to be kind of bringing it down or arching it too much yet. Okay. Okay. And then as we inhale, we're going to lower our belly and push out of our arms, bringing our chest forward and head up. And exhale, cat. We're going to round our back and head down and pushing out of our hands. Inhale, lower your belly, chest forward, head up, and exhale, rounding our back, pushing out of our hands. And let's go ahead and come back to neutral position. Now we're going to extend our right toes back, plugging them into the mat. And you're just going to get a good stretch on your calves. So just kind of bending your toes, going back. Okay. And then we're going to bring that we're going to bring that right foot all the way forward. So you can kind of swing it to the side and just bring it up to the front, kind of at a 90-degree angle. And we're going to go into a little bit of a low lunge. So you're welcome to keep your hands on your knees and fold forward, or keep them on your hips. Or if you want to bring them up, plugging always your shoulders, making sure that your shoulders are not coming up to your ears, you're welcome to do that. What you don't want to do is you don't want to kind of arch your back as you're going up, or I'm sorry, as you're going deeper into the pose. You want to make sure that your spine is straight. So find whatever is comfortable for you. And exhale, bringing our hands down. We're going to go into half split. So if you have a block handy or a book or whatever that maybe you can put a little bit of weight on, you can put one on each side, and we're going to bring our toes up. And putting your blocks on the side, you can use it to kind of give you a little bit of height as you fold forward. So you want to make sure that your back is straight, that we're not rounding, because we want to get a good stretch on our hamstrings. So holding onto your blocks or on the floor if you don't need the blocks, if you already have the height, and then just kind of slowly folding forward until it's comfortable for you. So you want it to be, you want to feel a little bit of comfortable, but you don't uncomfortable, but you don't want any pain. Alrighty, exhale. Now what we're going to do is this foot in the back. Let me put this here. Our left leg, we're going to bring it parallel to the short side of the mat. And we are going to extend. We're going to extend our right leg with toes up. Okay. And we're going to do a little bit of a side stretch. So right arm down your leg, left arm up, making sure that from here, it feels like your scapula is kind of being like locked into place. So you don't want it to go like this when you're coming up. You want to make sure that you roll your back, and then as you go down, your left arm comes up. You can even open your chest a little more. So pushing, it almost feels like this shoulder is going back, opening your chest, and you get a deeper stretch. I invite you to look up, or you may look down. And then exhale, bringing your left arm down. You can place your right foot just flat on the mat. And the same thing, just making sure your shoulders are locked in place, bringing that right arm up, and you can open up your chest to get a good side stretch. Alrighty. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take this right foot and we're going to bend back to looking forward to the top of your mat. And our right foot, we're going to bend it. So you can put your arms down. We're going to bend our right leg. And then we're going to bring our left leg back for pigeon pose. So your right leg, it can be parallel to the mat or even at a 45-degree angle or however you need it to be so that you feel comfortable. If you need a block, you can use a block under your bum to give you that height. What you don't want is your lower back to be pinching or hurting. Okay? So just taking one big breath in here, lengthening our spine. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward. And you can lay your head on your arms. What you want to try to do is kind of loosen any tension you have on your shoulders. Sometimes we kind of tighten our shoulders to keep our head a little bit up because maybe it's hurting or maybe it's uncomfortable. But try to just give into the stretch. Picture when you're breathing in like little bubbles. And then as you exhale, you're kind of sending those bubbles to that area that feels tight and uncomfortable. Inhale up, putting both hands on the mat, plugging your left toes. You can go ahead and bring that right foot back and the right leg back. And now putting your left leg also back and coming back into tabletop pose. And we're just going to do one or two quick cat-cows. So inhale, belly down, exhale, belly, rounding our backs. Inhale and exhale. So now we're going to go to the other side. So go ahead and bring your left toes back, plugging them into the mat, getting a good stretch on your calf. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring that left foot forward, about a 90-degree angle, and the same thing as the other side. You are welcome to put your arms wherever you'd like, making sure that your spine is straight. And if your arms are up, making sure that they are plugged into your scapulas are kind of locked in place. Your shoulders aren't coming up. And as you go down, make sure again to keep your spine straight. You don't want this to turn into a back bend. And as we exhale, let's put our arms down using your blocks if needed. And bringing your toes up. Finding that length. Inhale. Exhale, coming down onto your knees. You want to think belly to thighs. You can keep your eyes gazing forward. You want to make sure that your back is straight so you can get a good stretch on your left hamstring. Okay. And inhale. We're going to twist. So we're going to turn our right leg parallel to the mat. So let me go ahead and turn parallel to the mat. And then our left toes up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Opening that chest. I invite you to look up, or you can continue looking down, whatever is comfortable. Inhale, arms up. You can go ahead and place the foot all the way down onto the mat. And exhale, right arm down, left arm overhead. Exhale. Now you can come all the way back to tabletop. And we can do a couple of cat-cows. And you also have the option if you need a little more wiggles, you can kind of move your back around. Sometimes I kind of turn my back in circles, going left and right. Sometimes just kind of just moving my shoulders. So whatever you need. And now find yourself in neutral spine. And we're going to plug our toes in and we're going to brace our belly or brace our core a little bit so that we can pull our knees up, 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 up. And we're going to go into downward facing dog. So for downward facing dog, you want to make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that your fingers are spread all the way open. And your feet, you can go ahead and pedal them out just to kind of give them a little stretch since it's our first downward dog of this sequence. Okay, and then wherever you're comfortable, so even if you cannot place your heels down, you can definitely stay on your toes. What you want to make sure is that you're actively pushing out of your hands and your head is just loose in between your arms, kind of looking towards your belly button. And then just kind of think as you're doing a downward dog, you know, you can always think, okay, if I'm pushing out, you can kind of try to see if you can invite your heels to come down. So let's take a couple breaths here. Pulling our kneecaps up, always staying active. Inhale. Let's come up to our toes, bringing your right leg forward, followed by the left. And we're going to go into halfway left. So you want your spine to be straight. If that's too much, you can always bring your hands to your shins and have your back straight. And then forward fold, so belly to thigh, bending your knees as much as you need to. And now here we want to activate our legs. So our glutes, pushing out of the sides of our legs, our thighs. So we're going to push and we're going to come up, 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 up. And arms down into prayer position. So let's come just a little bit forward to the top of our mat. Okay, we're going to do our first sun salutations. So let's go ahead, inhale up. Option to do a little back bend. And exhale, head down first. Forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Option to put your hands on your shins. And exhale, bringing your right leg back and bringing your knee down. We're going to go into low lunge. Spine straight. Exhale, arms down. Plug your right toes, bringing your left leg back. We're going to go into plank. So option here, you can do chaturanga and up dog, or you can go into knees, chin and chest. So staying here. And then exhale, you're going to push your chest up, placing the top of your feet down into Cobra. And now plugging your toes back on the mat, push up, downward dog. Coming onto your toes, bringing your right foot forward, bringing your left knee down, bring your left knee down, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, arms down. Bring your left foot to meet your right leg or foot. Forward fold, so belly to thighs. Head should be really, really, really heavy. Activating our legs. Come up, 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 up. And hands to prayer position. Okay? So now we're going to come to the back of our mat. And we're going to start with our couple stretches for our hamstrings. So let's go ahead and ground our feet. And we're going to bring our right leg forward. And then our left leg is going to be at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to go into Warrior One. So your hips should be facing forward. Your right leg forward, your left leg at a 45-degree angle. And you can open your stance as much as you need to accommodate your hips so that they're facing forward. And then we're going to bend forward. You don't want your knees over your ankles. You want them just in line or maybe just a little bit behind. And you can bring your arms up. And you want to also be active in this pose. So you're going to be pushing out of the front heel, and then you're going to be pushing out of the outside of your left foot. That way you feel your glutes activated, you feel your thighs, and it keeps you grounded, and it helps with the balance. And now exhaling, go ahead and straighten that front leg. And we're going to bring our hands up, 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 up. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward. So here's another option. Just like when we were doing the half splits, if you need some blocks to give you the height, go ahead and grab your blocks. And then we're going to straighten our spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to come down, keeping our spine straight so that we feel a good stretch in our right hamstring. And if you don't need any, then that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and fold forward. Again, just making sure that your back is straight. Now placing your hands closer to the front foot, bend your knees and push out of the front heel to help you come up. Acknowledge the pose, Warrior One. Now we're going to bring our back foot parallel to the mat, and your right foot is going to be in line with the arch of your back foot. Same thing, you don't want your knees to be in front of your ankles. This time your hips are going to be facing at a 45-degree angle. And then as you inhale, go ahead and bring your arms to your sides, and then you can go deeper into the pose. Pushing actively out of the right heel and the outside of your back foot. That way it helps keep you grounded. You'll feel it definitely in your thighs, in your glutes, actually on both sides. Okay, and then as we exhale, let's straighten that right leg, and then we're going to bend a little bit forward with our right arm, and our right arm is going to go down and our left arm up. Again, option to use a block to give you that little bit of height. You want your spine straight. You want to make sure that, again, with the chest, we are opening the chest. We're not going forward or dumping any weight down. We're active. Act like your left arm just kind of wants to touch that ceiling. Exhale, bend the right knee and push out of the front heel to come up. Warrior two, let's acknowledge the pose. And now what we're going to do is twist that right foot in to kind of be a little pigeon-toed with both sides. We're going to fold forward. So inhale up, maybe do a little slight back bend, and exhale. Let's come all the way down. And a couple options here. You can keep your hands on the mat right in front of you. Your face should be looking at the mat. Your arms, your elbows facing outward. Another option is to hold on to the ankles, and then your elbows will be facing the other side, outside. So whatever is comfortable for you. Let's place our hands in front of us, bending our knees slightly. Let's roll all the way up, just rounding up, slowly, 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 rolling our shoulders back. Okay, so now with the left foot, we're going to twist it forward. And then with our right foot, let's go ahead and find that 45 degree. We're back again to warrior one, but just on the other side. Okay, making sure that we're actively pushing out of our front heel and the outside edge of our back foot. Our hips should be facing forward. Inhale, arms up, making sure they're plugged. Our shoulders are plugged into our backs. And warrior one. So breathing in and out. Making sure that our spine is straight, that we're not doing a funky back bend. Inhale, straighten your left leg. And as we exhale, we're going to come all the way down. So option to use your blocks here, make sure that your back is straight so that you get a good stretch on your left hamstring, only coming down as comfortable as it's okay for you. So if you need the blocks, you always have the option to put them at the highest setting. Exhale, bending your left leg, coming back up, pushing out of your front heel, acknowledging the pose. And now bringing your right foot straight, your left leg or your left foot is going to be facing forward in line with your arch. Go ahead and bring your arms out. And then you can get deeper into the pose. Again, making sure our knees don't go in front of our ankles. Our hips should be at a 45-degree angle. pushing actively out of our front heels and the outside of our back foot. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten that left leg, coming forward with your left arm and bringing it down to the mat. Option to use the block. Right arm up, open the chest to get a good stretch. Inhale, bend the left knee, push out of your heels to come right back up to warrior two. Okay. And let's go ahead and just straighten it, and we can just kind of bring our feet together. All righty. So now we're going to go back to the back of your mat into Tadasana. So making sure that when we get into Tadasana, our toes are spread, so you can go ahead and spread them and then just place them down on the mat. And then as we stand here, we should, even though we're just standing, we should still be active. So once your legs are down, you should push out of the side of your feet, kind of bringing, it's almost like your arches want to come up, and then that kind of activates everything. So then your glutes and your thighs are active, your core just a little bit.
Detected at the front door camera.
And let's just stand here for a little bit. Bring your arms up. Slight back bend if you'd like. And exhale, bringing your head all the way down. And holding onto the mat, let's open our legs just a little bit wider than hip distance, and holding on to opposite elbows. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Your head should be super duper loose. So if you have to be super bent like this, that's perfectly fine. If you're able to keep them a little bit more straighter, then that's fine. What you want to imagine is as you're breathing in, you're kind of pulling air from the earth. You're breathing in, all that energy is coming up, up, up your feet and your legs. And as you exhale, your body's just kind of deepening down into the pose. So use your breath to help you get deep into the pose. Option here to rock side to side. So if you want to rock, go forward and then backwards. Whatever you need. If you want to stay still, then that's fine also. Okay, let's come into stillness. And let's drop our hands down. And we're going to come into child's pose. So bringing your knees down, bum on your heels, and go ahead and bring your head all the way forward and your arms forward. Head onto the mat. Opening your hands on your mat, getting a good stretch right on the armpit area. Let's go ahead and push ourselves up, and let's find ourselves onto our backs. Okay, let's go ahead and hug our knees, and we can rock side to side. Place both feet on the mat. Bring your right leg up, option to hold it behind your thigh, or if you can definitely hold it higher up in your calf. And you can kind of twist your foot from left to right, just getting a good stretch. Option, if you want a deeper stretch, to bring your left leg down. And you can stay here, or option to hold your big toe. Place your left hand on your left hip bone, and then you can open up. Coming back up, hugging that knee. Let's go ahead and put both knees down again. Left leg up, option to hold behind the thigh or behind the calf, whatever is comfortable. Twisting your foot around. Option to extend your right leg to get a deeper stretch. And also, if you'd like, grab your big toe, place your right hand onto your right hip, and you can bring your left leg out. Making sure that your hip stays down, pushing down with your right hand. Come back up, bend it, and give it a hug. And let's give both of our knees a hug. Place your hands to your side, legs at a 90 degree. Turn over to your left. Option to keep your hand lower, further down, and to get a less of a stretch, less intense stretch. But if you want a deeper stretch, you can definitely bring it up to cactus, to 90 degrees. Inhale, using your core, bring those legs up. And exhale, bring it down on the other side, on your right. Arm can be down to your side or cactus. I also invite you, if it's comfortable, to look to your left, or you may continue looking to your right. Inhale, using your core to bring your legs up. Hands on both knees, opening them up. 90-degree angle, just letting gravity pull them down. And now placing your hands in prayer position, you're going to put them between your legs and then grab the outside of your feet and bring them up to a 90 degree. Bottom of feet should be facing the ceiling. And here you can stay in stillness, or you can kind of rock side to side if you want to stretch one leg, then stretch the other. Whatever you need to do here. This is our last pose before we go into Shavasana. You can also use your biceps to push your knees closer to your armpits. Release. Let's bring our legs down, mat width, arms option to keep them on your belly, on the side, or cactus them. Just find wherever it feels comfortable for you. Option for if it doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back, you can always put your legs mat distance and then let gravity kind of just plop them together. So just find whatever's comfortable for you. Let's breathe in, out through our mouths. Breathing in, out through our mouths. Closing our mouth and just breathing normally now. I invite you to keep your eyes closed. Imagine all tension slowly, slowly leaving your body as you're laying here. Picture tension leaving your lower legs, your feet, your knees, your thighs, and your hips. They feel very, 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 very heavy. Now tension is leaving your lower back, middle of the back, upper back, and your shoulders, all feeling really heavy. Tension is now leaving your hands, your arms, your neck, your lower neck, right under your skull, where we hold a lot of tension. And now your head, and just all your facial features. It feels like they're melting to the floor, just really, really, really heavy. Let's just continue breathing in and out. You're welcome to continue staying here in Shavasana, but if you're ready to get up, let's go ahead and stretch our arms up. We can interlace our fingers and stretch our toes and our legs. As we inhale, turn to your favorite side, your head on your arm. And as you exhale, use the opposite arm to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You're welcome to leave your hands on your knees or bring them to prayer position. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, giving thanks to your body and just to yourself for coming up to the mat and doing this practice. I hope that your hamstrings are feeling better. And join me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also my blog, Slip Stitch and Mantras. And thank you so much.